I wanted to do a really quick video regarding canceling. And this is one of the most common mistakes I see algebra students making. And the fact of the matter is, you cannot cancel unless something is a factor. So you can't cancel unless something is being multiplied. Canceling is the equivalent to dividing. That is what it's equivalent to. And I see students canceling things being added and subtracted so often that we really need to nip this particular mistake in the bud right now. So let me show you what I mean here. So let's say I have the fraction 4/12. I can reduce that fraction by canceling. And when I cancel, I'm actually dividing both the numerator and the denominator by the number I'm canceling. So this is 1/3 because I can divide 4 by 4 and get 1. And I can divide 12 by 4 and get 3. So the equivalent fraction to 4/12 is 1/3. The other way I can think of this is I can write 4/12 as 4 times 1 over 4 times 3. And you see, I'm multiplying these things together. The 4 and the 1's being multiplied. The 4 and the 3 are being multiplied. So I can actually divide numerator and denominator again by 4 and cancel the 4. But what I'm canceling is something being multiplied. I'm not canceling something being added. Now, I think you know, if I write this, 3 plus 2 over 3, and I tell you I cancel the 3 and I get 2, I think you know that is not correct. That is not true. No way, no how. Is 3 plus 2 divided by 3 equal to 2? It's not. That is 5 over 3, which is 1 2/3. They're not the same thing. And that's what you do when you cancel, when you're using the quadratic formula and you cancel the first term with the denominator. You can't do that. You cannot do that. You can't do that. So the example I have here is actually not the quadratic formula. It's just a quadratic equation. So we have 5x minus 5 squared equals 11. So to solve this quadratic equation, I'm going to take the square root of both sides. And let's get into a discussion about why we have to put a plus or minus in front of the square root of 11 when we take the square root of 11 on the right-hand side of the equation. And the reason we have to do this, you have to put a plus or minus in front of that, because there are always two numbers you can square in real numbers to get a value. I can square -3 and get 9. I can also square +3 and get 9. So I can square the negative and I can square the positive to get the same value. So I can square the square root of 11 to get 11. I can also square the negative square root of 11 to get 11. So you have to put the plus or minus over there. You have to. You have to put the plus or minus over there. Okay, so over here on the left, I get 5x minus 5. Okay, so to solve this equation for x, I need to move the minus 5 over there to the right. So I'm going to add 5 to both sides. And the particular problem that I saw, they added 5 over on the right, and that's okay. I can do that. It's not what we would consider the standard form of the quadratic, but that's okay. And then divide by 5. If I want to get the x by itself, I divide by 5 because 5 divided by 5 is 1. And I saw this, and then I immediately saw that it was this. No, 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 no. You cannot cancel the 5. If the 5 is not in both terms in the numerator, you cannot cancel it. You can't cancel it. If you can't, take your calculator out right now take your calculator out and take the square root of 11, add 5, and divide that by 5, and tell me, is that the square root of 11? I don't think so. No, it is not. You can only cancel something if it's being multiplied. The 5 right here, that 5 right there is being added. I can't cancel it because it's a term. It's something being added. I can only cancel it if it's being multiplied. I cannot cancel it if it's being added. I can only cancel it if it's being multiplied. Now let's see if I ended up something like this. Let's say we have 2 plus or minus the square root of 3. And let's put a 4 in there. And I have a 2 here. So now I can cancel a 2. I can do that because there's a factor of 2 in 2 in the numerator. There's a factor of 2 in the 4 in the numerator. So I could factor that out. And I could then cancel the 2. So if I can factor it out, I can cancel it. If I can't cancel it. I can only cancel things being multiplied.